Okay, welcome everyone to today's Digital Independence Day switch party. Today we are going to switch from X to Mastodon, and with me today is Peter Gray. Peter, you want to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Dominic. Yes. So I came to the EPN through finding information about Digital Independence Day, and I found that was very useful to read, and that's helping me on my journey. And then the invitation was to see if I could volunteer to help the EPN, and I wondered, would that be digging in a field or a forest somewhere? I didn't know, but Dominic suggested I might help volunteer on sessions like this. So I'm very pleased to be here and share my experience with Mastodon over the last 18 months or so. I live in England, and I'm a retired teacher.
Thank you, Peter. So to clarify, the UPN, that's the European Permaculture Network.
Yeah.
The European Permaculture Network, the Permaculture CoLab, and the Digital Circle of the CoLab, and Jason Snow, and the Eco Hacker Farm is bringing you this today. So, X to Mastodon. We don't have to talk a lot about X, I guess. We have been all there probably, and I can tell you what they did to the platform. I hate it, but that's another story. So we are focusing on the positive today. I will screen share. So the guys over at Mastodon, they actually created a very fantastic video about what Mastodon actually is, and they could far better describe what it is than we together could. So I will screen share. So this is a little YouTube video basically, and it's just 2 minutes, and let's see. So we will that. Peter, can you see the screen, the YouTube? Is that visible?
Yes.
Okay, then let's.
What is Mastodon? Mastodon is an open source social network. Similar to Twitter or Tumblr, users can make profiles, post messages, images, or videos, and of course follow other users. Messages follow a 500-character limit and are displayed in a chronological order. Unlike other platforms, however, Mastodon is decentralized, meaning that there is no one server, company, or person running it. While other social media platforms are owned and operated by a single corporation who has full control over everything, anyone can create and run their own server of Mastodon. How does this work? When someone creates their own version of Mastodon, this is called an instance. Since Mastodon is open source, anyone can create their own instance of Mastodon with their own set of rules. Because of this, all instances are owned, operated, and moderated by the community that creates them, and not some large corporation which tracks your data to sell to advertisers. In most cases, Mastodon instances are crowdfunded, not financed. But how do these instances communicate with one another? While users within an instance can, of course, follow each other, they can also decide to follow users within other instances. So while each instance of Mastodon is privately operated, their users can still communicate with members from other servers seamlessly. Of course, communities who want to remain private don't have to communicate with other servers. This is in the hands of its users. Mastodon also offers effective anti-abuse tools to help moderate instances as users see fit. Ultimately, Mastodon is a social network which puts the user first. Unlike traditional social media, Mastodon can't go bankrupt, it can't be sold, and it can't be completely blocked by governments. Users are free to join whichever community they want and communicate with whomever they want. With over 1 million registered users across multiple different languages, Mastodon is growing fast. Not sure which instance to join? Click the link below to find one that's right for you.
Sorry, it's a great little video they produced. It's actually pretty straightforward, I would say. To the point, and I actually like the music. They have the C64 sound in the background. Sounds like a game or so. Okay, you said like 18 months you are on Mastodon now. So you probably went the way everyone else went, or you went to joinmastodon.com.
Yes, I had used Twitter, X as it's now called, very briefly for some publicity, but I never did any social media apart from that. There was just an event I was using. So I didn't spend a lot of time there, but the idea of Mastodon caught my eye and made me think, yes, that's the sort of social media I would like to be part of. So that's when I really, I suppose, jumped into social media very widely. I do have a Facebook account still, and that's another issue. But I like the different feel to Mastodon from other social media accounts.
Yeah, me too. So the big difference is you have to choose a server, actually. So let's show how this actually happens, how that's done. So I will share another tab here. Okay. Can you see the Mastodon screen?
Yep.
Okay, so this is what you, as a new member of Mastodon, would see. You would go to the joinmastodon.org and click either the Join Mastodon Social or pick another server. So it depends really on what you are looking for. So let's pick a server. And this is actually straightforward as well, because it tells you which topics you can choose from, and then also which region you're looking for. So what are we looking for today? Let's say activism, okay? And then we say it's climate justice social. So the climate justice social is, isn't it moderated? I would say, yeah, it's you. There are two types of kind of servers. The ones that where you can instantly create an account, and then those that you have to apply for an account. So you can actually see this here. So at the Fair Movement, you can create an account, while at Climate Justice, you have to apply for an account. So dependent on which one, it could take some hours, days until your account is actually active. Is there anything to add, Peter?
No, I don't think so, Dominic. You choose your instance or your server. I think the words are synonymous. And yes, it starts you in a group, but as the video we watched earlier mentioned, you can then follow people from all different instances and servers. So let's just stick with server. It's perhaps a more familiar word. So you start with a gang that you've chosen to be in, and we just did that. But your reach, the people you follow, can go very much wider.
Yes, unfortunately, I can't show you here the actual account creation. So what I can do is I share another screen here. Let's start with this one and then go to another one. All prepared here. So the UPN is at Climate Justice Social. Okay, so this is what it would look like if you are using the actual web client, which you don't have to. There are multiple clients available for you for the different OS, for Android, for iOS, for Linux, Windows, everything's there. So you just have to check which one is applicable for you, which you want to use. I prefer the web client, the standard one. So I just opened the Climate Justice Social because the European Permaculture Network, yeah, it fits climate justice. We are designers, we are permaculture designers. This is the right place to be, so to say. So on the left side, you see your actual handle. So it's at UPN and the full name of the European Permaculture Network. You can edit your profile. Oh, this opens in another tab. That's not that good. You see your stream, what you have posted below. And you have your home stream. That's a chronological order of the people that you're following. There is actually no algorithm here that values one topic more than the other. It's a chronological stream, which is one of the huge differences between the large company-owned networks like Facebook or LinkedIn. They curate the stream according to an algorithm for you. This is not happening here. You can actually see your followers, you can see who you are following, and you can create lists, bookmarks, favorites. So there's basically all the features that we already kind of used to from Twitter or X nowadays. I think one of the differences is that we have, it's more a microblogging services because we have far more characters that we can post than what we had, for example, at Blue Sky or so, which is limited to some 500 or so, or even less. So we have 5,000 characters, and I prepared one.
Could I just say there, Dominic, that I don't have that many characters as a simple user of an instance, of a server.
Okay.
So I think you presumably get that volume of text as it's your server, your instance.
Yeah, so it depends on where you are on which server.
Yes. Oh, I see.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'll just say I'm on Mastodon.green, which seems, when I very first dipped into this, as to be the right place for me. I think in future I might change. It's quite a broad gang, a group of people, which is fine. And as I say, you can always follow people from wherever you like on Mastodon.
Yeah, that's the nice part. It doesn't really matter on which server you are, on which server your account is. You can actually switch your accounts from one server to another. You just open one and then close the other one, and in between you have a migration going. I actually did this once, and it's working really nice.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I usually kind of check the software, what it's capable of, so I try everything, kind of. Okay. So let's post something. So we have a perma talk coming up next week. So it's public. Anyone can vote. You can change the settings. So you can have it quite public. So it's hidden from the Mastodon search. You can only send it to the followers or only private mention. That means you need the ad handle and then say which account should get that. So this is a public post now, and we let anyone quote. So there's no limitation here.
Can you explain about the quote? Because that's a bit of a new thing, isn't it, Dominic?
I haven't seen it any other way. I'm sorry, but you can limit it to the followers, so or only just me. So you're basically saying no one else can comment there. It's closed comments.
Okay, yes, that's right. That's what I thought. Thank you.
Okay, so we saved that. We have the language it is in. So this is obviously English, but you can kind of say which language you are posting in, and it's probably every language there is on the still language, so to say. So we stay with English here. And then the post, okay, we have to edit it a little, make it readable. So we have a link in there, and then we have some tags. So tags basically work the same as what we are already used to. It's a hashtag followed by the actual word. And what we are going to add here is an image. So we add Linda's photo, and we add an alt tag to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is it. And the only thing what I'm going to do now is just to post it. And this is it. And we go back to our home, and here it is. And there's actually more to it. Okay, I stopped sharing this one now. What is your experience, Peter, with posting on Mastodon? I find it very straightforward.
It is, yes. You simply type in any text you want. You can attach images. You can put in links. It runs very smoothly. I'll just go back to mention the 250 character limit that I have on Mastodon Green. That isn't a problem for me. If I need to say more, then I simply put an indication that the post, or a toot, as it's called on Mastodon, that the post is one of several, with a little slash line to say there's 2 or 3 coming. And I have found the discipline of putting alt text onto images really, really helpful. I'm pleased that Mastodon makes a thing of that, and I'm pleased to sort of respond to that and feel that's a good thing, an inclusive thing to do, an accessible thing.
Yes, definitely. I like that too. Back in the old days, you just uploaded an image to Twitter or so, and never asked about what's actually displayed on the image or what it's about. So the alt tech in terms of accessibility is really helpful. Actually, it should be a must. So I would actually say make it mandatory that the images are displayed somehow.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Okay. I share another screen now, and this is my private Mastodon account. Let me just check. So this is another tab here. Okay, so this is on Mastodon Social, and you already see here I'm limited to 500. So okay, you're totally right. I didn't actually realize that.
Yeah.
So I just reload the window. But
while you're doing that, John, I'm just going to check what my limit is. As I say, it's never been a problem. I'll just check my phone. Be interesting. Where are we going? Yes, 500. It is 500. I don't know where I got the 250 from, sorry.
No worries. So 500 is what? Go on, Peter.
Perhaps sometimes it does feel a tiny bit short, but even 500 I'm fine with.
Yep, me too. I think I never reached that limit. I'm not posting that elaborate postings. Maybe in the future. Let's see. So what I'm showing you here is this is my private account, and you see the European Permaculture Network's post that we just created here actually showing up in my stream, even if it's just from an other server than the Mastodon Social. And what I can do here is, yes, it's a favorite, and I can boost it, and I just boost it normally without a quote. And then I'm also able to reply and say, yes, waiting for that one for half a year. So, okay. So we basically have this stream here that brings up every person that I'm following. I can actually click the hashtags, browse all the postings that have been posted with the hashtag winter, and I can actually follow the hashtag. So from now on, I will get everything that's tagged this winter, which is quite useful. So here, up here in the north, we still have winter. Oh. Okay. Anything else to add, Peter, from here?
I liked you showing the boosting and the favoriting, the little icons at the bottom of each post. I've picked up there's a bit of a debate on Mastodon, isn't there, about whether you should just favorite or whether you should also boost. If you like it enough, you should boost it as well, which is an interesting thing. As you know, it's sort of subtle ways of responding to people's posts. But for me, it's about building a community of people who you're interested in. So I tend to boost quite widely as I go along. I say, yes, that is interesting. It's almost like I'm saying, yes, I agree with that, aren't I? I'm making a statement there.
Yeah, gotcha. I stop here. Okay, so this is so far what we have prepared for you. You see, it's straightforward, easy to use. There are no barriers here. The community is actually quite large. What I find personally interesting is that you can actually check out who is running your server. There is usually an about page. And in the terms of the Climate Justice Social, this is run by Paula to the people. And there are rules about the server that they wrote or extended. And then there's also, of course, you can see who is moderator. So this is all public knowledge.
Yes.
And it's not that much like it would be with with the terms of service from X or from Facebook, where you probably have kilometers of text to read.
Yeah. In terms of the who's doing the running of the server, Dominic, I'll just mention that I make a monthly contribution to that person through a Patreon account that they've set up.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, but it feels the right thing to do. Obviously, all these servers, as you said, are set up by people across the globe, and some of them are very small organizations. Mm-hmm.
I think about the climate justice, I read they require some 10,000 euros a year or so.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah, so this is
much larger.
Yeah, I guess it's much larger.
The whole thing is bigger in that case, rather than me just as an individual.
Yeah, yeah. But it's actually nice that we, as the users or the members, actually see that number, that we understand, hey, there is someone actually paying for that. We should support that person and not just use it and never think about what's the actual fair share here.
Sure.
So from a permaculture perspective, this is far more aligned with the permaculture ethics of Earth Care people and fair share than what these huge companies do. Yeah.
And for me, that's what green means in some ways, in many ways, similar point about fair share. Good.
Yeah. Do you know, is actually the green instance that you are using actually running on green energy?
I don't know that. No, that's an interesting thought. And that's one of the nice things about Mastodon is that people will engage with you, I think. And they'll say things like that and you'll go, oh, okay, I'm going to check that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's quite different. The whole feeling of a post, how people respond is quite different, for example, like on LinkedIn. So we have a small test run on LinkedIn. We have a profile there as the European Permaculture Network, and the same topics posted on Mastodon and LinkedIn will create a different kind of response in the terms of wording.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's interesting.
It sounds more like a family on Mastodon.
Yes.
Or people to people and not company to company or company to people. Yeah.
That said, there are a lot of organizations on Mastodon, so you can follow organizations like the UPN, of course, and others. But even still, it's a family feel in the best way.
So there is no excuse to be not on Mastodon.
No, that's right. For me, it's getting a lot of good news from Mastodon. I pick up things that I haven't heard in the more traditional media. I like to be able to say things to other people and start discussions. So there's that side of it. It's not a scheduling or a calendar thing for me. I'm not setting up events. I'm delighted to be part of this one, but I haven't done that myself. And it's sort of getting stuff that you wouldn't pick up otherwise. So that doesn't sound quite right, does it? Because that sounds like somebody is sending me stuff that I didn't want. What I mean is, I'm following a wide range of people.
Yeah.
And I look at their posts and I think, oh, that person is interesting, and I follow that person. And so gradually there are more and more people whose posts appear in my stream.
Yeah.
But I've chosen to follow those people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the old days in Twitter, where you just browsed through Twitter and checked out everyone and seeing what's going on, what's being posted, and you were just surfing the whole network and seeing who's who, what's happening, what's out there. Yeah, so it's far more fun, and it's what I find interesting. It's not behind a wall, locked away, like like in a Facebook group or in a LinkedIn post or so. It's accessible.
Yes. So I haven't used it for that kind of work yet, in terms of learning to make groups of people, because I have some Facebook groups, some WhatsApp groups still in this area where I live, for setting up things, band members, local Stand Up to Racism group, sort of groups like that, and we're still using very traditional social media for that. So that's a next step for us, I think, is to sort of say, okay, guys, we're 50 people in the town we live. Can we do it differently? How can we do that? But we then have to think about what's the purpose of what we're doing, and a lot of it is organising, but a lot of it is publicity as well, and you want to make sure that the publicity is still happening as well as the organising. So there's some sorting out to do there.
Yeah, so you're trying to have multiple functions per element. You're stacking functions, basically.
Yeah, and that's could become a sticking point. And so maybe one network is for one purpose and another network is for a different purpose. That adds a layer, though, for everybody's life. So there's that angle to think about as well. Another, an extra thing to check, an extra login to maintain.
That's actually...
Sorry, John.
No, you were... I was just asking a question, so you go on.
Okay, well, I'll just finish off to say it feels much less pressured than Facebook and TikTok. And I don't do TikTok, but I have some people who are on Instagram. So it feels much less pressured. It's a more welcoming and inclusive place.
Yeah. I think so too. The whole community is friendlier, where it can become on Facebook to certain posts. It could become very aggressive, kind of, and then you get into ironic posts that you don't get because irony is not so simple to grasp on the net. It's far more family-like here.
Should talk about the things that don't work in that particular context. About sometimes a post might appear, and I've been fortunate I've not done, but I'm aware others do. Yeah. And so, what are the options then for you as someone on Mastodon? If you start someone you've followed, or you're seeing stuff that you they've changed, or they're saying things you don't want, what do we do then?
Don't we have the option to contact moderators, or?
That's one thing. That's right. We can ask the moderators to look into it. So that's one thing, and we can block people, can't we?
Yeah, haven't used that one yet.
Why? As I said, I haven't, but it might just reassure folks to know that it's we're talking very positively about it. But you get a mixture of views, because you're following individuals, humans, and so it's always been for me very civil and pleasant to engage. But yeah, we perhaps give people the option or the understanding that there are safety nets there. If
I was looking into how to run my own Mastodon server, so just check the requirements, and there is actually in the documents a topic that as your community grows on the server, also the response with the time that you have to allocate for actually these, what's it called, moderation, will take time.
Yes. Yeah, and that's not something I'm interested in at the moment. That's not where I am. As I say, I'm using Mastodon for good news, for discussions, and telling people about things I'm interested in as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the same thing. So for the European Permaculture Network, it's about getting the actual content from the website out. So, hey, here is a new permaculture design course. Check that one out. Hey, here is a new teacher just in the list. Check that teacher out. But also to kind of, get topics out that are kind of important, like ethical IT. It's be out there. Kind of, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about that the permaculture space is still locked into Facebook.
Okay.
There are so many groups in the permaculture community that are still on Facebook, and we can't get them moved, kind of,
Right.
And
do you have any hopes of shifting them? What's your strategy or plans? Because that's where I'm looking as well in my life.
There are two things. I continue to talk about it, like today. I wrote a book about it.
Okay, right. Wow.
I have the digital permaculture book, and you can always kind of use it. Say, Nick has written about it. We switched from WhatsApp to Signal or to Matrix or to an open source thingy now because what we're doing is unethical. So as an ethical endeavor kind of thingy, permaculture is, you can't use unethical tools. I mean, you wouldn't go with Monsanto in your garden, would you?
No.
So why do we use WhatsApp for our organizing stuff? That's like... so I keep doing that. And the other hope is a little bit that they realize now that the reach is getting less and less. So, well, like 10 years ago, you posted something and you would have had a reach, like 20 clicks or 20 likes or 3 shares. Nowadays, you have nothing. So it's like you get 6 likes and 1 share. So the reach has gone down.
That's interesting.
And perhaps there is this kind of new thinking that, hey, there are other platforms out there that are more aligned with what we are doing. They're in the hands of people and not a company. They are open, they are transparent. We can actually talk to the server admin. Oh, wow, what's that?
Yes, that's the level for some people.
Yeah. And the hope is that we simply grow and grow and grow until we have reached a point, where Facebook is not important anymore, or because it's unimportant.
Yeah. Yes, and so that a third hope is that more and more organisations are exploring this federated or this decentralised social media, aren't they? And most weeks on Mastodon, I'll see someone telling me that this organisation or that organisation has now set up their own Mastodon account.
Yep.
How quickly they are pulling up the drawbridge on the other ones is variable, but they're stretching their tentacles, they're stretching their minds in one way, which is good. They're coming, as it were, and we can just welcome them in.
Yeah, and I guess like what we were saying today, from X to Mastodon, X becomes more and more a no-go for a lot of companies, and for me, for example, this is an evaluation thingy. If I, the NGO I'm with or the company I'm running, checks out partnerships, we see the social media accounts, and X is something that's a no-go.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, I would still tolerate Facebook, but X is a no-go.
Yes. I'm nearly at it being a no-go. I do want to read The Guardian, to put it, very bluntly. That's where, but I get more stuff more and more from different places now. But yes, you're right, Nick. It's getting the ethics right. Thank you.
No, all good, all good. No worries, Peter.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, it is never ending. But I think with Mastodon, we have reached a kind of level of professionalism in the open source world that's kind of better than the commercial platforms are. So
Yeah.
I don't see any point why we should stay there on the old ones. It's
No. Just to emphasize that, when I do see someone who said, I've had something I didn't want from someone I was following, my moderator on my server has acted well, or mostly they have, or they are supported. Someone's posting something that they're unhappy about, and rather they've had something unhappy, and other people support them and will acknowledge what's happened to them and offer the right response.
Nice. I have to show have to share another screen because we completely forgot about the actual digital independence days. Just to show that. So this is the D-Day. The website, unfortunately, is at the moment only in German. So you all have to use whatever translation services you're using to get that in English. As far as I understand it, it's on its way to being translated into English. So the initiative comes from the D-Day guys, and it was introduced during the Chaos Communication Congress that runs every year. I think it's around or after Christmas, New Year, between those two. And the idea of having the switch going every first Sunday of the month comes from them. I had some similar idea in my book, but they kind of brought it to the next level. The interesting part they have here are the so-called recipes. So the change recipes. So they have these like Windows to Linux. We will come to that later this year. Big tech maps to OpenStreetMap, which I highly welcome. At the European Permaculture Network, we only use OpenStreetMap. Microsoft to LibreOffice, that we will also show. The new one also have PayPal to Vero, that we don't have. Chrome to Firefox, I don't think we have that one. We have Gmail to an independent email provider, that we will have. Amazon we don't have. We also don't have Google. We did already WhatsApp to Signal, and today we are at X to Mastodon. So you can click those recipes, and they give you starting points. So how it actually works. So choosing your server, get an account, use an app, or like we showed you, the web interface, find the friends, and get in. Check for hashtags, search for people. And what they also suggest that I haven't done in here, close your X account.
Yeah, good point. Good.
I actually tried that and I can't get in.
Oh.
Yeah, so when it was still Twitter, I had like some accounts for different, not companies, but different projects. And the captcha they are having is so weird. It took me about 3 minutes to complete. And then I was in a reset loop, so I had to do the captcha several times, and then I got so bored and I let the whole thing just be there.
Well, that's quite new, isn't it? That if certain people are saying how many followers or how many users there are, that may not be the truth.
No, I think there are probably a lot of bots there or have been there. I think this was in the initial phase when the takeover happened, a discussion for how many bots are actually there. Yeah. I mean, you still can have bots at Mastodon. You can have that, I guess, because there are API access to it. So probably we'll see more of that in the future. And I
Mhm.
guess people are already using like publishing services that are using the API. So for scheduled posts or those. So this is possible, definitely.
Yeah. If it becomes a problem for you, you can stop following that account.
Yeah.
So simple.
Yeah. So at the UPN, we post about 3 times a week, so we don't spam you with content.
Yeah. Sure. Yep. I don't have as I say, as an individual, I don't have a schedule like that. I'm sort of responding to people's posts, or something catches my eye, and I think, I'd like to tell people on Mastodon, and then I get a response. Usually, it's always positive. It's always interested. People are saying, "Oh, thank you for that." It's rare that something happens and there's no response, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah, it is definitely. Yeah, on my private account, I posted that I going to have what's it called, an exhibition, a photography exhibition in the local library, and there were actually people liking that and sharing it, and I was like, "What?"
Yes. I've written a walking book for Chesterfield, the town where I live. But people from all over the place were going, "Oh, great! They're not going to come to Chesterfield to see it, to do the walk, but they were interested."
Okay, nice. Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah. It feels new and it feels like family. So the last time I had such a thing was when Mozilla introduced the Firefox, like back in the days, when they were experimenting with all kinds of stuff, mouse gestures, and it felt so new and so good.
Yes. Yeah. I'd echo that. And thank you for showing all those different menus on the Digital Independence Day. There's a lot of people putting in a lot of work to make it possible for people to change, isn't there?
Yeah.
I've been getting into the Linux operating system in the last few months. And yes, you said, well, we'll do that later. I've used the internet a lot for finding out things. People are putting their stuff out there to help.
Yep. The internet, of course, is the marvelous knowledge base that's there. And with Linux especially, there are so many forums, boards, and postings. I'm so thankful there are actually people out there who have tried something before me, and I'm not lost.
Yeah. And I have found helpers for Linux on Mastodon in my journey as well. So that's great.
I wasn't looking there, but that's a good point, actually, to go there. Yeah, we have Linux. We switch from Windows to Linux in August.
Yeah.
To do that then. So you will be there again, or?
I hope to, because that's one of the changes I've done. So that's great.
Cool. Okay, we're coming to an end here. So you have to switch to Mastodon now.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. And of course, follow the UPN, follow Peter, follow myself. What's your handle?
So I think this is how kind of novice still I feel. I think it's Peter Gray at Mastodon Green. Do you want to check that for me, Nick? I should look up on my phone. I have it here. That's what you do, isn't it? Yes. Peter Gray at mastodon.green. That's Gray.
Peter Gray in one word, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, show us how to find someone.
Okay, at Mastodon Green. So let me just go back. I shared that one. Okay. Wait. Okay. Oh no, that's the okay. This is the one that you are seeing that I'm scrolling. Yeah, that's good. So we are looking for at Peter Green. So this is how I would use the search, and then it shows me every one, and I could go for profiles.
Okay. Yeah. How many Peter Greys are there?
Sorry. Confusion. Peter Gray, not Peter Green. So it's
Okay, no, that's right.
Sorry, that was.
Thank you. Well spotted.
So here you are.
Yeah.
The European Permaculture Network is already following you.
Yeah, I hope I'm following. Yes, I'm following you. Can you see where it says unfollow? So if I chose to, I could stop following you, but there I am.
So my story in my head, the dinosaur story, when I tried to write it down, that's good. I like that one.
This is a post I found, and I thought, yes, I want to boost that. It makes sense to me. I like that message, and that's what a lot of it is.
That I can't answer, so I cannot go through your whole postings and shared and prehistoric sites of permaculture. Oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah, my family, some of my family lives there.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward, and you see Peter is on a different server. He's on Mastodon Green. You see this here at Mastodon Green. And I still could find him from the climatejustice.social. So, yeah.
Good one.
Nice. Okay, I stopped sharing. Okay, let's stop the live stream here. We say goodbye to everyone out there. And next month, we switch from Gmail to an independent mail server. So, yep, definitely. Where are you, Peter?
My email.
Yeah, where are you? Which host?
I am info@visiblesound.co.uk.
Ah, you have your own domain.
Yes, that's where I got it from. But yes, I know you can do other things. I'd like to know how to do other things myself. That would be interesting.
Okay, so you have to be here next month as well.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. See you next month. First Sunday of the month, 14 o'clock CET, and we will switch to independent mail servers. Bye-bye. Okay, let me stop the sharing.